I went from being a multi-billionaire to not being able to use my Apple Pay. 4 nights ago, I couldn't use my Apple Pay because somehow Adidas was able to legally go in and freeze my money. And when I see this, I think, well, if this could happen to me, this could happen to other Americans. And for what? You know, this can happen to an American that didn't even steal anything, that didn't even hurt anyone. This could just happen to you for saying the wrong idea out loud, for expressing yourself.
Finally, Kanye has reacted to his divorce from Kim Kardashian, and it's hard not to tie this sad news to the musician being dropped off by a great deal of endorsements. How bad is Kanye's downfall? How did he react? Stick till the end of this video to find out. The divorce between Kim Kardashian and Kanye West already has an agreement on both child custody and property, and it has been reported that both celebrities will have joint custody with equal access to their 4 children. Kanye himself has acknowledged that Kim has her kids 80% of the time, so they will actually spend more time with her. But the catchy part is that West will have to pay Kim $200,000 a month in child support. A source close to the couple reported that Kanye will be responsible for 50% of their children's educational expenses, including tuition, as well as 50% of their children's security costs, leaving the other half on Kim. The $200,000 will have to be deposited on the first day of each month to Kim's account, who is the one who will have to make the payments for school and other things related to their children. As for the assets, the division is in line with their prenuptial agreement, in which they both waive spousal support. Since they separated, Kanye had refused to settle, plus he went through half a dozen lawyers and hasn't attended depositions. But the source notes that Kim's patience was tested. But she handled things calmly, and eventually Kanye came to his senses. After a series of Humpty Dumpty, Kim and Kanye reached an agreement, and fans are worried that the terms of the argument will squeeze Kanye's thick pockets to a point of nothingness. Meanwhile, findings have revealed that Kanye might be in more financial crisis than we envisaged, and here's how. Following the release of Donda 2, there was a large chunk of lawsuits from people who alleged West failed to properly credit their songs when using samples for the album. The Donda 2 fiasco indicated the legal risks West now faces as major brands and financial partners have abandoned him for his hateful conspiracy theories and violent threats toward Jews, and let's be honest, he has already fallen fast from grace, losing fans and mega deals. One of the major conspiracy that led to being cut off is when he dared Adidas to drop him amidst anti-Semitism.
I could say anti-Semitic things and Adidas can't drop me. Now what? Now what?
Adidas confirming it is ending its lucrative partnership with Kanye West.
And without hesitation, Adidas cut ties with Kanye. But it appears as though the artist has even more legal baggage on his shoulders. Recently, a recording label sued West, alleging he violated the company's copyright by knowingly sampling the song South Bronx by Boogie Down Productions on his song Life of the Party. West knew the song infringed on the copyright, according to the lawsuit, because his clearance agent asked for permission to use it on Donda 2 but never actually got it. The communications confirmed that South Bronx had been incorporated into the infringing track even though West had yet to obtain such license. Upon information and belief, despite the fact that final clearance for use of South Bronx in the infringing track was never authorized, the infringing track was nevertheless reproduced, sold, distributed, publicly performed, and exploited in numerous ways. The lawsuit read, "Worse still, according to the lawsuit, West and his pals used Life of the Party to market the stem player. The stem player itself encourages more copyright infringement. The lawsuit alleges, since it allows people to split songs into stems that can then be freely customized and manipulated using the device. Additionally, West's song Flowers, reportedly written about his estranged wife, Kim Kardashian, directly samples an iconic song written by another Chicago native, Marshall Jefferson, in 1986. The lawsuit says that song, titled Move Your Body and known as the house music anthem, is instantly recognizable. The unauthorized sample taken by West is repeated at least 22 times throughout Flowers. Well, U.S. District Judge Annalisa Torres, who is overseeing the case, ordered the parties to prepare for a trial since they failed to come to a settlement. But unfortunately for West, her order was issued just after he threatened to go DEFCON 3 on Jews, and as expected, Kanye was served papers. But there's more. Kanye has been entangled in lawsuits that include a class action lawsuit from hundreds of employees who allege they were underpaid for working on his 2019 opera Nebuchadnezzar. Another class action lawsuit from around 1,000 employees who said they were mistreated and underpaid for their work on his Sunday service shows. One from David Kassav at Archive, a company that manages rare designer clothing, which alleges West hasn't paid $400,000 in rental fees and hasn't returned numerous garments. Additionally, there was a business management firm that alleges West paid for only 3 out of its 18-month contract. Another company called Phantom Labs that says West owes it more than $7 million for unpaid work setting up concerts, studios, and live streams for him. Isn't that completely unthinkable? And while the fans thought that is all, a Miami art gallery claimed that West stiffed it $146,000 after using its space as a recording studio without paying. All of these lawsuits were filed in the last 3 years and remain pending. West has either denied the allegations or has not yet responded in court filings, and that's just sad. Let's see if fans agree. Some fans have turned blind eyes to Kanye's ill actions, and instead, they uphold him for speaking up for African Americans, as a fan wrote. This is the treatment of African Americans in Hollywood that he was talking about. Jewish Hollywood has destroyed so many black lives. He's not crazy, just honest. There are a plethora of stories just like this. Another fan added, Kanye West will be required to pay $200,000 a month for child support. Now, I don't know how much money that man has, but he is bound to be broke before or by the time they're 18 if his investments ain't straight. While other fans have concluded that Kanye will indeed go broke in no time. A fan wrote, Kanye West $200K a month in child support. $2.4 million a year, like she ain't got no money. For $2.4 million a year, I could feed and dress an orphanage, the whole darn orphanage. At this rate, Kanye will be broke in no time. I never liked the Kardashian witches, but now. Another fan commented, he's a billionaire, so where are his financial advisors and managers, and how does Kanye owe $50 in taxes with these people employed by him? He is bleeding money right now, and if he can't get his finances together soon, he will be broke. And other fans can't help but conclude that Kim is being a meanie for requesting for a huge amount of money for child support, as a fan argued. Kim is also a billionaire. She's actually worth more than Kanye now. There's no need for child support because it's not like she's broke. At the very least, she's a multimillionaire making tens of millions a year. She doesn't need his money. Both of them are rich as she's just pocketing. While another added, I strongly believe that he needs to contribute financially for his children, but the amount is absurd. I can't rationalize that amount when both parties are filthy rich. Regardless of all these legal messes, West has been busy planning independent fashion projects without any major backers and launching a presidential campaign with a ragtag group of white nationalists. Let's see how that turns out for him. Till then, stay connected for more entertainment.